February 27th, 2026. You're joined here with David Magid, the co-host, which you may know as the Maverick, also known as Benoy Tanjan, and you have just joined the league. You give us 5 minutes, we'll give you the most critical information within the energy industry on the spot. First trend that we're going to speak about is regarding powering these data centers. One component that I'm seeing from the ground level is a lot of attraction towards utilizing fuel cell technology, such as the Bloom server for these actual data centers to provide power quickly on site on demands. The unique component, of these fuel cell technologies is the fact that we're able to leverage the gas infrastructure, provide electricity that is on demand and is not interruptible. And that power that's being able to provide is being able to be done at a consistent level, to meet these data centers' demands. When you look at the efficiencies of these units, the efficiency ratings is very, very similar to combined cycle. So you're seeing the efficiency ratings there. Accreditation factor when it comes to PJM or the ISO is also extremely high. So that means you're going to get, some brownie points when it comes to the capacity ratings for these units. What we're seeing being done and being proposed to a lot of these property owners and local municipalities is essentially taking groups and aggregates of these Bloom Energy fuel cells, pulling them together to build a large facility. As an example, taking an aggregate of these and compiling them to accumulate perhaps 300 megawatts. That, in addition to grabbing energy from the actual local utility and from the grid, it is able to provide these large demands that is actually being flourished and demand needed right now. Permitting for these facilities is a little, provides some ease, since the permitting for these projects is closer towards a battery storage facility compared to a gas power plant, which provides a lot of value. Traditionally, a lot of the thermal power plant developers have struggled with these air permits, from all the pollution that's coming off of these units, and especially with some of the local counties providing a lot of pushback. Big benefit, with these fuel cells is you don't have to deal with that. You're not dealing with it. It's obviously providing a much cleaner method to provide this electricity. One component to be aware of is you could see that the folks at AEP and Bloom Energy have literally done each billion-dollar deals with Bloom Energy. And when you look at Bloom Energy's capacity, as of right now, their capacity is 1 gigawatt per year of production, which is nothing. They're in the process of bringing it up to 2 gigawatts, and supposedly that will increase further. But again, going to a key bottleneck is there's a few players who have access to these units and very few units of these coming on board. Second topic, which is really exciting as well, is Department of Energy has just released $26 billion loan, one of the largest loans, providing nuclear, natural gas facilities, Southern Company. Amazing. Check it out. And that's that.
Always great information, David. Thank you for making the time to give the best information in energy that's happening. I was at Intersolar San Diego last week, and it's the second largest renewable energy conference in the US. It's primarily West Coast base. Some of the major themes from this conference was there was a lot of energy storage companies that were on the floor. We also saw a lot of companies really with DERs, which is distributed energy resources, microgrids, and a lot of AI-enabled software for many different purposes. A big component of the conversation was about FEOC, which is Foreign Entity of Concern, which we talked about in the last episode of the League. They came out with guidance on February 12th, and people are still trying to understand the FEOC guidance. One of the hardest things about the guidance is really to verify, whether it's coming from China or something else, and how much the US government will enforce it. Also, another thing that was really big at the conference was the Big Beautiful Bill, which obviously came out last year. That impacted the attendance for this event. We saw a lot less people here at Intersolar than there was last year. There's all constant innovation, as we always see in the solar industry or the solar coaster, robotics, autom I can't even say it. Automation and prefabrication are gaining traction to address labor shortages and improve safety. These innovations are becoming essential for utility scale development. We talked about the policy and regulatory uncertainty, um, market tone and industry shift. Really, you're reflecting really from a rapid expansion to disciplined growth. Capital markets are tighter than before. Developers are prioritizing bankability, operational efficiency, and risk reduction. There's more focused on getting projects built and financed. Overall, Intersolar reinforced the energy transition is accelerating rapidly in the US, but with a sharper focus on execution and reliability. You've enjoyed 5 minutes of the best information regarding major energy news. Promote, like, 5 stars, and become a subscriber today. Thank you for listening.